All right, folks, so I've got some really endearing news here to give to you on polling numbers. Now, polling numbers looking really great for Bernie Sanders. Virtually, like, if you were to put all of the polls into a hat and then you just pull them out, like 90% of them are going to show Bernie in the lead. He's winning all of the national polls, so I'm not even going to bother to show you all the national polls. Morning Consult had him up 13 points or something like that, and Survey USA had him up 8 or whatever. He's dominating every national poll now. I mean, if you look at the RCP average, I mean, it's a joke. It's a blowout, right? Bernie Sanders is blowing out right now. But to look at some of the statewide specific polls, we got some really good stuff here. So this CNN SSRS poll, which I take any, CNN, NBC, WAPO, whatever these, outlets that come out with theirs, I take them seriously because they're reputable. Now, their California numbers are amazing. This is something that I've been talking about for a while. I've sent tweets about it. I've talked about it in live streams. I don't know if I ever did a video on it. I'm not sure. But there's a high possibility that Bernie Sanders will be the only candidate who is viable for statewide delegates. Now, here's what's crucial to understand, folks. Even if you don't hit 15%, there's still a good chance you're going to reach 15% in certain congressional delegates. I think they slice in half the amount of congressional district-based delegates and amount of statewide delegates. And so in all the states now, California has 415 delegates, I believe it is. Could be 416, but I think it's 415. And so there's going to be congressional level delegates. So it's likely that other candidates will get some congressional delegates, congressional district-based delegates. But if Bernie Sanders is the only viable one, as you can see here, that's what this California poll says. Last time I checked the RCP, that's what it was at. The other California polls only have one other candidate viable, which is Warren, that I saw from a UC Berkeley poll. So if this is to be the case, Bernie Sanders will be the only viable candidate for statewide delegates, which will result in Bernie Sanders getting a majority of those 415 delegates. That's really crucial if he can pull out 300, 320, 330, whatever massive amount he can pull out of 415. It'll be super crucial for a couple of reasons. A, we're trying to get to that 1991 marker to hit a majority. B, in Florida, it's not looking good. I'm still hopeful the numbers will go up, but I know Florida's full of a lot of dumbos, and you can't really fight stupidity. So we might lose there, and there's a lot of delegates there, so that'll help kind of curve off some of that loss. But this would be amazing. If this happens, it's God sent. I'm really, really hoping. So if you're in California, please go out to vote. Get your friends to go out to vote. Please, I'm begging you. Please, I'm really begging you, okay? There are some last minute moments to go canvass and stuff like that, so make sure to go do that. Now, a CNN Texas poll also came out. So Bernie Sanders is at 29% with Joe Biden at 20 and Bloomberg at 18. Now, this is also beautiful, 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 beautiful news. Okay, absolutely beautiful news because Bernie Sanders winning by 9 in Texas is a massive margin, okay? And if he can take Texas and he's the only viable candidate in California, that's like, there's a total of like 640 delegates or something up for grabs, or some, maybe even more than that, if you combine California and Texas. And so if he's the only candidate that's viable in California, and then he's also has a pretty big margin in Texas, that's amazing. And now, that's not the only Texas poll. This University of Houston poll has Bernie up at 26 with Biden and Bloomberg tied at 20, which means that it's multiple polls, not just one poll showing that he's on top in Texas and is up by a good margin, 6 to 9 points. That's not a small margin. That's a solid win. And also, keep in mind that 6 to 9% when it comes to a big delegate state, that's a big delegate gap, right? That's a big delegate gap. And can Bloomberg drop to 15 or 14? I don't know. Who knows? Can Biden drop? I don't know. You never know. Bernie's ground game is high. I know he's got Chuck Rocha, doing some good stuff with Hispanic voters. So I don't know how that's going to go. Now, those are, the Texas and California numbers are huge, right? So hopefully he takes Texas by 9 points, 10 points, and hopefully he's the only viable candidate in California. And if those two things happen, honestly, the election is over. Now, don't stop. Hit the gas pedal. But I'm just saying, from my analysis point, I don't see how it's possible to lose the election at that point. So that's amazing. Super beautiful, right? Then also, I saw a North Carolina poll, and I think there was also another North Carolina poll that has Bernie winning. This is another Super Tuesday state, which is really crucial. So if you're in North Carolina, please get yourself out to vote. Get your friends out to vote. Canvass last minute if you can, please. I'm begging you. Utah is a state where People have a lot of wives. So Bernie Sanders is dominating with 28% according to this Harris X poll. And Bloomberg at 19 and Buttigieg at 18. Biden's only at 6. So Bernie Sanders is dominating in Utah. He dominated Utah last time. So he's definitely going to dominate Utah again, which is awesome. Good news. Actually, I think Utah is a Super Tuesday state, but I'm kind of blanking, honestly. It's tough to remember all the Super Tuesday states. Next up, this deals with the snake, Elizabeth Warren. She's losing Massachusetts. She's going to lose Mass. She's actually not very popular in Massachusetts, except for in that Boston area. Nobody really likes Elizabeth Warren. She's a snake, obviously. Nobody really likes her. She's actually in the bottom 10 in terms of senators who are in popularity with their own constituency. And so this Massachusetts YouGov poll slash UMass poll, which YouGov, as you guys know, as I've told you repeatedly, is a propaganda arm for Elizabeth Warren. For some reason, you can go check the RCP average yourself. Go look at it. I require you to do so. If you look at any of the polls, the aggregate will be like 14 nationally or 13. And then for some reason, YouGov is like 18, 19, 17. It's like, huh? What the hell's going on here? So for whatever reason, they like the Rasmussen for Warren. And even in a YouGov poll, she's losing. She's losing in a YouGov poll. Oh, that's so embarrassing, dude. So she's down 2. And then another non-YouGov poll. All right, it's Mass INC polling, okay? It has Bernie at 25 at plus 12, Warren at 17 minus 15. Bro, she's in like a statistical tie with Pete Buttigieg. Yikes, what if she comes in third in her own home state, dude? She might not even come in second. Buttigieg might come in second, dude. That's so embarrassing, and she might not. Bro, imagine if she doesn't hit statewide viability. Oh, that's going to be so embarrassing, but it's going to be so glorious for us. I cannot wait to secure Massachusetts, and I'm also really superbly hopeful that in Minnesota, okay, with Karen, Amy Klobuchar, I'm really hoping that Bernie takes her home state. Please, Minnesotans, I'm begging you, please vote for my boy Bernie. Come on, please. You guys went with them massively in 2016. Do it again. Amy Klobuchar doesn't represent you. I've seen close poll numbers. He's down like 6 points. That could change a little bit. Please, I'm making my last plea to Minnesotans. Please vote for Bernie Sanders. We need to take Minnesota and Mass on the same day. I'm begging you. So, these are updates on the polling numbers. Some really dope numbers here. Very exciting. And Super Tuesday is going to be awesome.